Do you know what I would call it?
I'm afraid to ask.
Overdeveloped girl from underdeveloped country. Thank you. Mm-hmm. What are you trying to do? Ply me with water? Pour in a little more scotch, s'il vous plaît.
I don't have any more scotch.
La Mare? No photo of father.
He wasn't around long enough to have his picture taken. He disappeared 20 years ago.
And mother, alive and well, I hope?
She's still looking for father. Says she'd leave him in a minute if she could locate him.
You intend to look like your mother?
I'll take what comes.
Good girl. And speaking of breasts, you want to know something about yourself? Don't wear a girdle. I mean, give the rear bumpers a chance. I mean, you haven't got that much that you need to go around with it in a sling. Let it breathe. Same thing with the upstairs. You're the kind of woman who could go without a bra altogether, let alone folding your arms on top of it like an Indian. With sweaters and even the right dress. Let the merchandise gallop a little.
When father was still around, Mother said she sometimes crossed the street just to avoid him. Or she'd flop into a closet as he passed her in the hall.
You won't have to go that far. What are my chances of being mugged on the way to a cab?
Bright.
Could I phone for one?
No, that would take all night. Would you like me to walk you to the corner?
No, thanks. I'll take my chances.
Thank you.
Thanks for the water. And the scotch.
Niente.
To thine own self be true. That's a quotation from Lawrence Welk.
Does it have to be your phone number?
I'm not at all sure I want him to call. Well, what do you think of a man? First time he meets a girl, he says, give up the girdle, forget the bra.
Well, there is a touch of vulgarity in me.
Go a step further, call it crude.
Well, Pete Seltzer has more redeeming qualities than any man I know.
Should a man need that many?
You know, there was a technique used by a girl I know years ago. Very interesting. Man didn't call her, so she called him.
Gertrude, I'm not calling Pete Seltzer any other man.
Let me finish. She calls this man, and she said, after you left last night, I found a gold cigarette lighter. Now, she did no such thing, of course. From Dunhill's. Is it yours by any chance?
Well?
Oh. Since there was no lighter in the first place, this is no. It isn't mine. I wish I could afford it done, yeah. Thank you just the same.
Well, what did that accomplish?
Well, for one thing, dummy, it established the fact that she was seeing a Dunhill kind of man. It reopened the lines of communication. I said he couldn't just hang up. Then he said, before he knew what he was saying, what are you doing Friday night? And hey, well, look. Call Pete.
Don't be silly, just because it worked for you.
Well, it must be after 2. Yes, it is. He's in his office. You go call him. You know the number? Look it up. Supreme Survey Incorporated. Go ahead.
Gertrude, I am not that entranced by Pete Seltzer.
Tillie, there are phones in the powder room.
I didn't even notice if he smokes or not. coming over tonight.
Good, then it worked. Why do you look so furious?
Why do I look so furious? Because I said to him after you left, I found a gold Dunhill lighter. Is it yours by any chance? And the son of a bitch says, yes, I'll drop by tonight to pick it up. Thanks a lot. Thank you a lot. Hello.
May Allah smile upon you.
I tried to call you at home, but you're not in the book.
I have an unlisted number. I hate myself for it.
Well, I wanted to save you a trip. I looked at the lighter again, and there were initials on it.
And they weren't mine.
Yes, how'd you know?
I suddenly remembered that I don't smoke.
Well, why didn't you phone me?
Oh, I never call girls whose numbers are listed. I hate myself for that, too. Besides, I thought you might rustle me up some dinner.
Oh, I don't think I have enough food for two. I could run down to the market.
Don't bother. Do you like Greek food?
Not particularly.
Good. There's a place down the street guaranteed not to make you change your opinion. We can walk.
Well, I'll get my coat.
No, actually, it could be any part of the city. Yesterday, I was assigned Palo Alto, day before Berkeley. We don't want to run into the same people asking the same questions.
Where were you today?
At the office. All day. Big conference, new account. Would you believe missionaries testing slogans for fundraising? Of course, my suggestion was turned down. I thought it was rather good. Take a cannibal to lunch.
Vice versa would be even better.
If you're trying to top me, you're going to find yourself paying for the dinner.
And it's every bit as indifferent as you said it would be. Why did we come here?
You see that tiny man in the aisle there? That's Mr. Drogaris. He owns the joint. You notice anything strange about him?
Just that he's obviously wearing elevator shoes. Is that it?
Exactly. And it gives me an opportunity to say to my dates, beware of Greeks wearing lifts.
I hope you won't say that to me.
I won't. You, like Chinese food?
And you know a place with pretty mediocre Chinese food. But there's somebody there, or something, that gives you a chance to get off what you consider a bon mot.
Right. How, what's today?
Tuesday.
How about Thursday?
Busy Thursday.
Friday?
Friday, fine.
Mr. Drogaris? Thank you. Thank you. One of the most disappointing evenings in years.
Something I said? Something I didn't say.
The only reason we came here is because of Chang. He's my favorite waiter in the whole world.
Huh?
Every time he spills a plate of food or a bowl of soup all over you, his look of oriental resignation is simply not to be missed. I mean, it's a classic. And tonight, of all nights, he doesn't spill anything. Chang, you're a disgrace to Madame Lee's hanging gardens.
One thing puzzles me. This place is called, it says here, Little Peking. Why do you keep calling it Madame Lee's Hanging Gardens? Where, for heaven's sake, are the Hanging Gardens?
On Madame Lee, of course.
Pay the check. Well, I suppose you can look at it two ways. I can say, well, it's only been a week, or for God's sake, the whole week and he hasn't called. No, I don't know whether I'm sorry or not. Sometimes I think he's fun, and then most other times oh, hang on, Gert, the buzzer. Yes?
Millard Fillmore.
Oh. Gerd? It's ESP or something. Guess who just rang the buzzer? You're right. No, I'm more surprised than happy. I'll call you in the morning. Best of Bert. Bye-bye.
Hi.
Well, come in.
How are you?
Fine. You, were just passing by and saw a light in the window.
Your line's been busy for an hour.
Oh, I was talking to Gertrude.
I know. I called her. Her line's busy, too. Have you had dinner?
Yes.
Good.
What'd you have in mind?
Oh, movie, and then a certain hamburger joint that late at night takes on a character all its own.
Would you like a drink first?
Oh, you've stocked up on liquor.
Well, I wouldn't exactly call one bottle of scotch and one bottle of vodka stocking up.
No, thanks. I'll have a beer with the burger later.
Any particular movie?
Just so it isn't a Western.
I couldn't agree more.
Hi, Bing. Hi, Pete. Well, what?
Where is this character all its own it takes on late at night?
Look around you. What do you see?
Another hamburger joint. What do you see?
Look at all the couples at all the tables. Look at the way they're all huddled together. Isn't it plain as day they've all come here straight from the sack? It's this way every night. And it's what makes my suggestion to Bing over there so brilliant. If you're going to ask me what the brilliant suggestion is,
You'll tell me.
I've been after Bing to put up a big new neon sign. After Bangs, Bings.
I'll have the hamburger with cheese and a sliced tomato.
How about coming up to my place for a spot of heavy breathing?
All right.
Such as it is.
I can only repeat to you what you said about my apartment. Needs a man's touch.
Oh, that, the predecessor of yours. I'll take your coat. Think I'll whip us up a little antifreeze.
Oh, milk for me, please.
You had milk at Bing's.
I'm an addict.
Did you know that the American Indians never drank milk? Never had any cows either. I'll just give you that.
The piano's out of tune.
And it's going to stay that way, thank you. Cheers.